Hello there, and welcome to another day of yoga in our year of yoga journey. As we sit in the seated position, hands to heart space, as we set an intention for the day. Breathing deeply in through the nose as we raise our arms up above our head and exhaling through the nose. Taking the left leg long, right leg tucking up into the chest as we take our gaze to the side of the body, pulling the knee in tight as we feel a stretch through the glute. And you might also feel a stretch in the back of the leg of the left leg. Taking the right leg long now, left leg comes up and over, squeezing the left knee in towards the chest, taking our gaze over to the right side this time, sitting nice and tall. And then releasing the leg, crossing the legs and twisting the upper body around to the left as we place our right hand on our left knee. Inhaling as our hands come to prayer position at the top, and exhaling as we twist the upper body around to the right. Right hand is on the mat behind us, left arm on right knee. Inhaling, exhaling. Taking your time and finding your flow with this. Maybe allowing yourself another breath as we twist a little bit further. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, getting elongation through the spine, and then exhaling, palms to mat. Planting down through the right hand, bringing the left arm up and over now, getting a side bend. Planting down through the left hand, right arm comes up and over. Inhaling as we rise, exhaling as we bend. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. One more time. And back to center. Big deep breath in as we roll the shoulders in a circular motion backwards and then forwards, bringing the shoulders right up towards our ears, like a moving massage for our shoulders. And then we're doing a seated star position, so taking the arms out straight to the side and holding. Palms are face down, fingertips are spread wide. And we're sitting nice and tall in our sit bones. Holding and then flipping the palms over so that they face up. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Bringing palms face up to the center and then out to the side. Inhaling as they come to the front, exhaling as they go back to the side. One more time, inhaling to the front, exhaling. Flipping them over and then planting them back down on the mat. Interlacing the fingers now, turning them inside out, straight out in front, and then up above our head, reaching as far as you can, turning them in the other way now so the palms are facing our face, back out in front, stretching through the shoulder blades. And then stretching the arms, taking the left arm across our body. Right arm is pulling the left towards the chest. Taking the right arm across the body now, using the left arm to pull the right arm across the chest. And then interlacing the fingers at the back, pulling the shoulders away from the front of the body, dropping the head back, and then on the exhale, forward folding over our legs and bringing our arms up overhead. If you can't get your forehead to the mat, you can rest it on a block. Otherwise, gently taking the forehead all the way to the floor and bringing the arms up as far as you can without pushing past your limitations. We don't want any injuries here, so just feeling the beautiful stretch and then lowering the arms as we gently push ourselves back to seated pose, and then crossing the legs the other way, interlacing the fingers behind the back. Big deep breath in as we take our head backwards, stretching through the throat, and then exhaling as we come forward, gently resting our forehead on the floor or to wherever you can get to. Feeling the stretch in the opposite leg as well as the arms, and then gently pushing the body back up. Coming over into tabletop position, running through 3 cat-cows, so dropping the stomach towards the floor, tilting our head backwards as we take our gaze high. And then on the exhale, curling the spine and taking our gaze between our legs for cat. Inhaling, coming into cow pose, dropping the stomach and the chest towards the floor. Exhaling, taking our gaze between our legs into cat pose. One more time. Cow on the inhale. Cat on the exhale. Back to neutral spine. Coming into bird dog now, so left arm long, right leg long, and then curling the spine as we bring the elbow and the knee underneath the body. Going long and then curling underneath 5 times. That's 3. Looking for elongation from the fingertips to the toes. Last one. And then changing over to the other side, left leg goes long, right arm goes long, and then curling them underneath the body. Fingertips are spread wide, and then bringing all that energy in and under. One more time. Back to neutral spine. Taking the right leg up and over the left now. We're going to push back, taking the heel away from the body and staying up on your palms here, or you can come down onto your forearms for a deeper stretch, or even coming down to rest the head on the arms. And using the toes to push the heel away from the bottom, getting a beautiful stretch through the glute of the left leg here. And then when you're ready, gently raising back up onto the hands, back into neutral spine as we take the left leg long now, bringing it up and over the right. Toes are tucked and we're pushing the the left heel away from the body this time. Coming down onto the forearms. And then for a deeper stretch, resting the forehead onto the arms. Breathing deeply into the diaphragm here and to any tight spots that you might be feeling. And gently raising back up onto the forearms and then pushing up onto the hands. We're going to take our knees to the side of the mat. So tucking the toes, sitting back on our heels, stretching out the toes and the soles of the feet as we take a big inhalation. Bringing hands to prayer position at our heart center. Pausing. And then gently placing the hands on the mat as we take our left leg long out to the side so it's straight. Coming up on the side of the foot as we take our arms high. And then taking the left arm, running it down the side of the left leg. Right arm comes up overhead for a side bend. And then planting down through the right hand, lifting the left leg parallel off the ground as our left arm comes overhead. Planting the leg back down as we raise our arms up and then lowering the bottom onto the heel. Raising our arms up and then lowering the arms as our bottom sits on our heel. One more time, raising up and then sitting back on our heels. Coming to the other side now, right leg going long, raising our arms up. Right arm is going to run down the side of our leg. Left arm comes overhead, side bend. And then left arm planting down as right arm comes up over the head. Raising our arms up and then lowering them down as we sit on our heel. Raising up, lowering down, feeling the stretch on the inside of the right leg. Last time. And then bringing the knees back together. Coming back to face the front of the mat. Tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Finding some stillness here. Pushing the heels towards the ground. Maybe pedaling out the legs if that feels good. High plank. Embracing the core, the arms, the legs. Then bringing the left foot between the feet as we come up into warrior one. Turning into warrior two. Flipping the front palm, reverse warrior. Running the right arm down the back of the right leg. Warrior two. Side angle pose. Warrior two. Framing the front foot, dropping the back knee to the mat. Low lunge, untucking the toes. And then coming back to sit on the heel as we stretch the left leg. Maybe grabbing the toes if your body allows. Pushing back up into a low lunge. And then raising the arms high above the head. Using the right hand to grab the right foot. Left arm goes long. Pulling the foot in towards the bottom, getting a beautiful stretch down the front of the right leg. And then using the left hand to grab the foot, the right foot I should say, and give an upper body twist here. So taking the right hand to the outside of the left knee and then taking our gaze towards the back. Gently releasing the foot, framing the left foot now, and then kicking it back into downward facing dog. I'm going to run through that same sequence on the opposite side now. So high plank, then bringing the right foot between the hands, coming into warrior one, pivoting on that back foot, warrior two, reversing the palm into reverse warrior, Warrior two, side angle pose. Back into warrior two, framing the front foot, dropping the back knee, low lunge, untucking the toes, sinking the hips back onto the heel as we reach for the toes of the right foot this time. And then pushing back up into a low lunge, raising our arms above our head, pausing, grabbing the left foot with our left hand, pulling the foot in towards the bottom, and then using our right hand to grab the left foot, taking our left hand to the outside of the right knee, framing the front foot, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Tucking the left leg up underneath the body for pigeon pose now. Right leg goes long at the back, coming down onto the forearms. Or if you like, you can fold your forearms and gently rest your forehead on top. As you breathe deeply, expanding your rib cage here and sending any oxygen to any tight spots that you might be feeling. And just letting go of any resistance, sinking a little bit deeper into the stretch, letting go of any tension. Coming back up onto our forearms and then pushing back up onto our hands. Downward facing dog. Changing sides now, tucking the right leg up and under the body, left leg going long, coming down onto the forearms. Or melting the upper body even further if that feels good to do so. Continuing to breathe through the nose. And then gently pushing back up onto the forearms and then the hands. Tucking the toes, downward facing dog. High plank. Bringing the right foot forward and turning to the side of your mat in a forward fold. Hands are grounded on the mat below. Just letting the upper body hang heavy here. And then hands on our hips as we gently rise, bringing the legs in a little bit closer. We're going to drop down to our knees here and give our pelvis a really good stretch. So take the knees as wide as you can. Feet are flat on the floor behind. And you should feel the hip bones widening. You can come down onto the forearms if you like. Sinking the hips even deeper towards the ground. And then gently coming back up onto the hands. Bringing the toes in, knees are wide as we come into child's pose. And just melting the forehead onto the floor in front. Maybe interlacing the fingers and bringing the hands back behind the neck. And then gently releasing and pushing up through the hands slowly and controlled. Big deep breath in as we take our arms overhead. Exhaling as we bring our knees to the center. And then scooting onto our bottom now. We're going to gently lower the body to the mat. Bringing the soles of our feet together as our knees fall out wide. We're going to use our hands to push our hips away from our lower body, our lower back, I should say. Creating space between the sacrum and the lumbar. Knees together as we tuck our knees towards our chest, giving them a little hug here. And then gently placing the feet on the floor as we take our feet wide, letting the knees fall side to side, to the left and then to the right. Just nice and slow. And then letting the knees fall into the middle. Allowing your spine to reset before we come into our final resting pose, Savasana. Letting our feet fall heavy to the side. Palms face down today. To allow our body to feel grounded and connected to source energy. You might be feeling tingles or vibrations on all the connection points where your body is making contact with the mat or the floor. Just bring some awareness to that feeling. And then closing down the mind, feeling your breath get shorter and shallower. And feeling a deeper sense of relaxation wash over you. I'm going to be here for about 5 minutes. I'm going to give you some silence and then bring you out at the other end. Starting to deepen the breath now, filling the belly and the chest with air. So we start to bring some movement into the fingers, the hands, the feet. And then when you're ready, rolling over to one side. Hopefully you're feeling super relaxed. Crossing the legs, sitting nice and tall, closing down the eyes. Taking a big deep breath in as we bring our hands to prayer position at our third eye. May we have kind and loving thoughts today as we lower them to our lips. May we speak kind and loving words today as we lower them to our heart. May we have kind and loving intentions today. Grateful that you're here with me on the mat. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.